Yo, this is Soul 86 bringing you another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Ultimate Edition Bret the Hitman Hart figure. Um, I've been wanting a Bret Hart with the all pink attire for a long time. So over WrestleMania weekend, they showcased a lot of the brand new Mattel wrestling figures coming out, and Bret Hart in his all pink was one of the ones that they showed. It's a little different. It does have like the four hearts right here on his leg on that Defining Moments version, and he has a soft goods all black jacket, with his like logo and everything on there. But when I saw this, I actually forgot this was releasing. I remember seeing something a while ago about it coming soon. I just didn't know when it was going to drop because I know the AJ Styles and the Razor Ramon you can get right now too. I didn't see the Razor Ramon. I do want that as well. I will be looking for that today, as a matter of fact. But I did see the AJ Styles and Bret Hart. I don't get current wrestlers though, so it was the easy pass for AJ Styles. Not that he's a bad wrestler, but it was an easy pass. I mainly only mess with the legends. Bret the Hitman Hart, man, the excellence of execution, best there is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be. This was like this is just, I say it all the time, man. This is just when wrestling was at its greatest, man. Like at its greatest, man, by far. Like for me, like I love the Attitude Era too. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, man, and it's crazy. It's weird to go back and you hear a lot of like WWE fans kind of diss this era, and it's weird, man, because I'm like, dude, like this era had so many amazing wrestlers. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, it's crazy. Like the 90s in wrestling was, to me, that was like one of the best, man. Like it could be me being biased. I mean, I grew up, you know, watching wrestling in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to kind of catch up to a lot of the 80s stuff. And I love the 80s stuff too. 80s WWF is dope too. But I grew up in the 90s, man. So when I was watching wrestling as a kid, like, I had to Doink the Clowns, the Tatankas, Lex Luger, British Bulldog, Vader, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, the greatest. You know what I mean? It just, I mean, so many people, man. Razor Ramon, did I say Razor Ramon? Gold Dust. Like to me, man, this was one of the funnest eras in wrestling. I just, it's weird. You listen to a lot of people talk, and they always diss this era. Like they like the wrestlers, but they diss this era. I'm like, man, nah, dude. Like the storylines were dope, all of that type of stuff. Like, I'm sorry, but one of the greatest storylines in wrestling ever is the Bret Hart Owen Hart storyline. That's one of the greatest storylines ever. Like you felt that shit. Like you felt that shit. You felt Owen Hart's jealousy, how he would always be, so angry that people were giving Bret so much attention, all of that type of stuff. I remember WrestleMania 10 when Owen beat Bret, because Bret had to wrestle twice. They fought the first match and Owen Hart won. And then when Bret Hart won at the end, when he beat, I believe, Yokozuna, and everybody came out to celebrate with Bret Hart. They was holding him up on their shoulders. And then you see Owen Hart come out like, he's still getting the shine. Like all of their matches, man. The steel cage match they had. Like, I'm sorry, but nothing had, there's not a lot of storylines, especially, of anything recent or even in like the Ruthless Aggression era. Nothing tops that storyline. I'm sorry. That's one of the greatest storylines ever. Hands down, point blank, period. So it's weird when people talk about that era of wrestling like it wasn't like great, and they instantly go to, the Attitude Era, which I get. Attitude Era was fun. It was crazy. It was a lot of the TV was shocking. You know what I mean? It was very adult, centric. And it was fun, man. I love The Rock, Stone Cold coming out doing his thing, and just all of that stuff was the DX. Like I love that era too, but like don't shit on the mid 90s, early 90s, WWE, man, because late 90s was when it was kind of shifting towards the Attitude Era, but like yeah, mid 90s, man, like nah, like this was one of the best eras in wrestling by far for me, man, hands down. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. But yeah, man. So like I said, I get to pass on the defining moments figure now. So honestly, the only figure that I'm gonna get in that defining moments set is the Shawn Michaels. That was the main one I wanted to begin with. It was gonna be Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. To get the whole set, it's not a bad deal. You're getting that the Mankind, what he looks like when he fought Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell. And then you're getting Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, I have a Cody Rhodes from AEW. I don't need another one. That figure is, just as good. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, let's actually get into this figure, man. So the head sculpt on this guy is dope. He actually looks like Bret Hart. A lot of us know, for some reason, Mattel, a lot of the Bret Hart face sculpts look ugh, but this one is actually good. Like you look at this and it's like, okay, this is Bret Hart. I see it. Like a lot of the Bret Hart face sculpts look weird, man. Especially a lot of like the regular like elite Bret Hart figures. They just look weird. It just doesn't look like him. It's weird. And he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So you would think that they would kind of get his face right. I don't know what it is with Mattel with certain faces. I don't know the explanation. They still can't get a Roman Reigns figure to look like Roman Reigns, which is weird. You look at characters like Seth Rollins, and I mean, just look up and down the roster of current guys. You go to the store and look at their figure, it looks like them. They always tote that they use that like the face scanning technology, but it don't look like Roman, man. Barely any of those figures really truly look like Roman Reigns. This is the other head sculpt that it comes with. He comes with like 3 sets of hands total. He has 2 fists, which are on these arms right here. And I will show like how all of this stuff works. He has some open hands. And then he has, when he does his like signature pose, when he gets into the ring. But yeah, man, nothing. I mean, everything feels good on this figure, man. Everything. The joints, nothing is like, nothing is too crazy. Oh, and I don't know if this is new, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't get all of the ultimates, but they have like the drop down Figma and SH Figure Arts articulation. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't think I have ever seen that before with Mattel and their WWE figures. But yeah, they got this drop down joint. I like that. You can actually have him like sit down if you're like trying to do a power driver or something like that. But let's get him ready to wrestle. Let's get him ready to wrestle. So all right. So yeah, man, look at that. It's pretty dope. I dig it. I dig it. I love this face sculpt, man, but for the sake of it, for the sake of the video, let's take it off. We'll put the other one on. Just so I can show you guys what that looks like. I still prefer the other one. But this one is not bad. So yeah, look at that. Bret Hart in his all pink wrestling attire. I think Bret Hart had some of the best, outside of Shawn Michaels, outside of a lot of guys, man. He had some of the best ring attire. Him and Shawn Michaels, and I think Razor Ramon. And I'm talking like all time. I loved Ultimate Warrior too. You can't forget Ultimate Warrior. Even Macho Man, like when Macho Man wore the trunks. Even when Macho Man actually went to the tights, he always wore pretty cool stuff too. The way he changed like the colors and the designs all the time, that was slick. I like the Tonka's look. But yeah, man, I Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, they kind of run it when it comes to ring attires, man. They really do. But I dig this, man. I really, really dig. I think this is so dope. The butterfly joints are awesome. Like this is slick. The articulation is perfect, man. As you can see, um, nothing's really like hindered. His double jointed elbows aren't hindered a lot. Every knee pad, you know, the knee pads, the elbow pads, everything that is on here, um, it's nothing's being really hindered. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the knee pads a little bit hinder the double jointed knees, but overall, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I dig it, man. This is awesome. Yes, I'm still rocking my wrestling ring that I got from Figure Toy Company. No way in hell I was gonna spend 250 for that new generation ring when I made one myself through another company for way cheaper. And I've talked about this before. And, you know, let me show the other Bret Hart figure that I got. I have the title on him, but I'm going to take it off. So this is the other Bret Hart attire that I love. So I was very happy when they came out with this Ultimates and it was this ring attire. This is what he has in WrestleMania arcade game. For my video game lovers and my wrestling video game lovers, you remember he wore this ring attire in the WrestleMania arcade game. So yeah, I like it. I like it. My two favorite. I mean, Bret Hart always wore the just, you know, there was one, what was it? He's got like the singlet on. Like Bret Hart just always wore some cool shit, man. I liked his look a lot. Like his boots were dope. I like it. I dig it, man. But no, let's discuss this real quick. So I'm very happy because currently, and I hope it hasn't changed, they're doing a funding for the Nitro stage, right? It's like $400 or something like that, something crazy. And you get like 5 figures, but now I think you're only going to get 4 figures because they know not enough people funded it to get the Hulk Hogan figure that it was going to come with. Very happy about that. So it's been stuck at like 40%, and it ends like May 6th or something like that. And I really hope people treat this like how they treated Hasbro's Ghost Rider failure. I just don't think it's right, man, because one, they came out with the Nitro set first, which it looks cool, but Mattel doesn't even make that many WCW figures. Why wouldn't you announce the Attitude Era one first that you actually showed first and then come out with the Nitro set one? It's weird because then when you do come out with this Nitro set and the ring that they're coming out with eventually, you're going to have to start pumping out more WCW figures. It makes no sense to have a Nitro set and you only have so many WCW guys. So it's weird. I also think, like, you know, it's smart for fans not to fall for these crowd funds because of the grimy stuff that they do. And I talked about this before. Maybe I don't know if I talked about it in the video, but I did comment on videos about it. So they did a crowd fund for the new generation ring for $250. And then very, very shortly after that, within months, right? Like maybe it took 6 months or so. Or no, I think it was after the ring released. Right after the ring released, I think in like a month or two, they then announced the Raw is War ring. That's the same as the new generation ring, except it's the Attitude Era Raw is War. It comes with Kane. And it's at the start it was $130. You could pick it up for like $136 or something at Ringside Collectibles plus shipping. And I think now you can get it on Mattel Creations for $140. So they were selling the Raw's War ring with Kane, which should have been the price for that new generation ring. They could have made the rings all along. Don't fall for that BS when they say, oh, they want to see if, you know, the market is, you know, if there's a demand for it. People always buy wrestling rings. Why do you think the Wicked Cool Toys rings always sell out? Whether it's the AEW rings or the WWE rings, people go crazy for those. People get those all the time. But yet that was the thing. And then you had content creators. I think it was ridiculous for them to do this, but you had content creators telling their subscribers, hey, fund this ring because then we won't get anything else. Fund it so we can get other crowd funds. That's a stupid or ridiculous thing to tell your subscribers to do, especially in the climate that we are, like, in terms of like the economy. That's a ridiculous thing to tell somebody. Oh yeah, let's go for this so we get more. That's stupid. That's stupid because I knew all along that, yeah, you might get more, but that price is going to go up and up and up. You think those prices are going to stay at like around $250? Obviously not, because with this Nitro set, it's like a $400 thing. So it's like, you think that it's just going to stay at that? No, they're going to keep making these crowd funds. Especially if this stage sells, and they're going to keep upping the price every single time out. That's the thing that those content creators didn't tell you when they were telling you to, fund the ring. When you can easily get the ring that I got from Figure Toy Company and spend way less. I got these ropes, these turnbuckles, and these blue ring posts, because you can get any kind of setup that you want. If you want an Attitude Era setup, it comes with black turnbuckles already, so you can use those, and it comes with white ring posts, so you can buy black ring posts and all red ropes, and voila, you find yourself a custom ring apron, and you got yourself whatever kind of ring you want. Whatever kind of ring you want. Yeah, nobody needed to get that, but I get it because the ring is dope. I get it. But for $250 for a Doink the Clown and a Diesel figure and like the other like ring aprons and other stuff that it came with, now that wasn't enough. Oh yeah, and then if you got it early, the Macho Man. But then I heard a lot of people weren't even getting that Macho Man. It took this one guy a long time to actually get his Macho Man because he actually participated in that early bird, funding it to get the commentator Macho Man, and he didn't even get it. He had to like scratch tooth and nail to get that. Mattel was playing people. I believe there's still some people who didn't get the Macho Man that was promised to them. So yeah, man, it's not smart to fund something like this from a company that does stuff like that. And I don't hate Mattel, but I'm just saying these crowd funds from these big companies, man, it's not worth it. At the end of the day, look at my ring. It's not worth it. Look at my ring. Look at the mat. This is the new generation ring. The only thing that I'm missing is the WWE logo on the turnbuckles. But I can customize that if I want. But I mean, that's my rant, man. I know that this is about this figure, but I just wanted to say that, man. And I'm happy right now. It looks like it seems like right now it's not going to fund. It's been stuck at like 40%, and it hasn't moved since for several days now. But yeah, man, this video's going on long enough, man. I dig this Bret Hart figure, man. I definitely think you should pick it up, especially if you're a huge Bret Hart fan. So yeah, man, this is dope, man. Definitely pick this one up. I dig it. I think that you'll dig it too. But yeah, man, this is Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.